Hey guys, Fletch here, bringing you another Fletch Talks video, and this video is going to centre around the breaking news that Manchester City have had a bid for Nathan Ake accepted by Bournemouth. News broke of City's interest days ago, with City planning on bidding for the 25-year-old, and to be honest, interest in him was surely to happen. Since joining Bournemouth in 2017, Ake has been a very good and consistent performer for the Cherries, often regarded as one of the best centre-backs outside of the top 6 clubs. And following Bournemouth's relegation to the Championship this season, it was only a matter of time before interest was only set to increase for his services. And it's Manchester City who have pulled the trigger on attempting to sign the Dutch centre-back so far. And to be honest, the centre-back area of Manchester City is an area where City have struggled insanely this season. It's been crazy how much they've struggled. You've had Aymeric Laporte's injuries that have kept him out for most of this season, and their alternatives in John Stones and Nicolas Otamendi, they don't seem to be exactly reliable. And when you consider that their best centre-back this season has arguably been a centre defensive midfielder in Fernandinho, you know you definitely have problems in that area. Nevertheless, a £41 million bid has been accepted by Bournemouth, and it seems that all is left to do now is to agree personal terms, have a medical, that kind of thing, and if everything there is all in order, we then await confirmation that Nathan Ake will become a Manchester City player in the very near future. Now, Ake has made 121 appearances for Bournemouth since he signed in 2017, and he's also scored 11 goals, so it's clear that he's not just good at defending his own goal, he's a threat from set pieces at the other end as well. He made 30 appearances this season alone, but in those games he played, he could only help in keeping 4 out of the 5 clean sheets that the Cherries managed to keep all season. Overall though, this signing to me, it interests me, it intrigues me. A left-footed player, therefore a left-footed, left-sided centre-back, can also technically play as a left-back as well, although it's not exactly common for him to do that. He's kind of made his position his centre-back role. That seems to be where his home is. And let's face it, he was always talked about taking a step up from Bournemouth, and I think relegation definitely sped up that process. But like I said, for City, with Laporte's injuries and stuff like that, and also with him being a left-footed player on the left side of defence, it kind of feels weird to me that City would go after another left-sided centre-back themselves. Yes, like I said, Laporte has had his injuries, and I think that maybe Ake is one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League outside of the top 6 clubs. So he definitely could be a bit of a backup to the French defender, or as well as challenge him. But maybe it's more of a positional change for one of them. Maybe one of them is going to have a slight positional switch in which they become the right-sided centre-back, or vice versa, I'm not sure. There's also the not so far off possibility that maybe Pep Guardiola is looking at a formation change, a back 3 or a back 5 perhaps. Again, it's kind of out there, but it's not so far off a possibility for me not to mention it here. But at the end of the day, this certainly is a position that Pep Guardiola needed to strengthen. And with the names that were being thrown around, such as Kalidou Koulibaly, it seems that this is a much more cheaper alternative. What does this impact for Bournemouth? Well, this was seemingly inevitable that a big name player was going to be leaving the club, given that relegation happened to them this season. They can say, though, that they did manage to double their fee that they bought him for 3 years ago. Of course, they bought him from Chelsea for 20 million, so they have doubled that kind of price tag. And now they've got a decent amount of money to spend going into the transfer window as preparations begin for life back in the Championship for their next campaign. However, you've got to question if this is just the beginning of a few of their big name players leaving. And entering the Championship obviously means that big name players are going to be wanting to be leaving to fulfill their career back in a big major stage, and the Premier League obviously is the place to do that. So you've got to think that with the players that they have had over the past 5 years of being in the Premier League, building up such a profile and a reputation for themselves, are some of them big name players going to be leaving as well? You think of the likes of David Brooks, Callum Wilson and Josh King in particular. They've all been rumoured to be attracting interest from Premier League clubs, so is it only a matter of time before they leave as well and they follow suit? We'll only have to wait and see on that score. But of course, this is all just one man's thoughts and one man's opinions on this particular topic. I want to know what you guys think. What do you think of Nathan Ake leaving Bournemouth for Chelsea? Leave your thoughts, comments and opinions in the comment section below. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things would be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video. And I will see and speak with you all again soon in another video.